Hello, my friend. It's a crypto lunatic from the Lunar Cafe, and today I'm going to take you on a basic tutorial of how to use MEXC. Now, firstly, I'm not recommending MEXC. I'm not going to say that they're brilliant. What they are is an exchange where you can get access to some of the degen cryptos that I talk about. And I use it, and I use this for a very small percentage of my portfolio. These are my degen plays. Now, I talk about degen plays, they're moonshots. I don't recommend that this is a big part of your portfolio at all. I really don't. Should be maybe 2%, 3%, 4% at the mo, 5 possibly. No more than 5% of your portfolio should be thrown into degen plays. These are the super high risk, and the money that you put in here, you have to expect to lose all of it. Go in with that mindset, and then anything is a bonus. But of course, the degen zone is the place where one day you could wake up and suddenly you've 10x'd. And that is the beauty of the degen game. So, firstly, I do have links to MEXC that get you trading bonuses. I'm not even going to recommend them because I never got any trading bonuses. The guy that got me in didn't get me a single bonus. So, I've got nothing good necessarily to say about the bonuses on MEXC. But for people new to the space, I just want to show you how to navigate it. So, I'm going to show you my next MEXC account. You can see all my degen coins. Today, you can see my degen coins. You can see what I've been doing with it. And I've just bought a new degen coin. I did a video on one of the coins that I'm going to talk about today, and I've just bought some. So you can see that that's the money that I've got invested in. You can see my MEXC account. So with all of this in mind, and it's definitely not investment advice. This is just edutainment. This is just what I do. This is my degen game, and this is the ultimate high risk plays and how I play them. So, with that in mind, follow me. Look, this is my MEXC balance. This is my degen portfolio. And what you can see, look, I will go down my assets list. I've got USDT because I've got a couple of orders in, which I'm going to show you about. And these are all videos on stuff that I've talked about. Electronium, I bought yesterday. I had a limit order. I had an order in and I didn't think it would hit, but it hit the price point that I wanted to go in at. So I'm now in Electronium. Wojak is a degen meme coin that I've looked into before. And I think this is a good entry point. And again, I've just picked that up in the last couple of days. This is the video that I've just recorded. And I put in an order, and that has only just come in now. This is Nurashi. Now, all of these coins here, you will find videos on my channel where I talk about them. They're all high risk degen plays, centrifuge, DEAI. And I will tell you, I'm massively down. I think it was $250 into this one. Or maybe it was £250, but it's hugely down. This is the degen game. An image, this was one that I found I've only got a very tiny amount. I sold off most of my image. I sold my image. There you go. But this is what I'm playing with here in my MEXC account. Now, what I'm going to show you now is how that you could, what I like about MEXC versus the other exchanges, or certainly the likes of Revolut or Nexo, is that you can put in orders so that if the market retraces, you pick up these bargains. And this is what's happened with all of these. All of these I had orders in. I never paid the spot price. I've always gone in lower. So because I still have unfilled bag of here, let's go here to trade with NEI. And you can see how some of my orders in and some isn't. And I'll show you what I'm doing with the other stuff. So if we go onto trade, NEI USDT, it's going to take me to a spot page. Now I can go that manually if I click on spot. If I click on spot here, then this would take me to it on this spot here. So these are the only real things that I use here. So here we are on the spot page. Now this looked very complicated. It did to me when I first got involved. It was a nightmare. I found my way with Binance. So this is very similar to Binance. And what you'll see, here's my NEI order. of which 75% of it's being filled. So what I did when the price was higher, when the price was about 18.7, 187, I put in a price to buy at 1853. And you can see the rest of my orders here sitting there waiting to be filled. It may not get filled. It may not. But the point being, you can look at charts and you can put in orders. So let's go to another one of the things. So this is another coin that I've talked about. And this is Archway. So if I click on that, we go to the Archway chart. And what this tells you is that the current price of Archway is 0.0056. But I didn't want to pay that. I've put in 0.00541 and I've put in an order. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. I'll take that order down and I'll re-put it in so that you can see how it goes. So it's 0.0541. So if I was putting this in, I'd change it here. I'd go to price, 0.541. Now let's cancel this order here, because you can take these orders down anytime. So now, if I hadn't put this in, I put the price that I want to go in at. And I usually, as the game for me, my friends, is I usually go in at about 10% below what it's doing at the moment. And this price was 10% below when I went into Archway. So I'm going to put all of my available funds, which is $295, into this. And I'm going to put buy Arch. I'm going to click that. And then it just goes and sits underneath there. And if it retraces to this price, it will buy. And if it doesn't, it will just sit there. It will sit there unfilled. So at the moment, I've got these three in, but all of the ones that I've bought, I put in at 10% lower, and they've all come in. They've all come to pass. And this is the beauty when the market retraces. Even if you're asleep, you can wake up one day and you've picked up the bargain when they've retraced. So this is the game. This is just basic trading. Now, there's all sorts of things that you can do on MEXC. And I'm going to recommend you don't get involved in leverage or futures or any of this. If you do want to, then that's on you. But for me, I play a much lower risk game, even within the Degen zone. Now, Degen is risky enough. These coins, they're all tiny little market caps. And I'm counting that at some stage in the market, all of them will pump at a certain point. But this is the game that we're playing. And that's how easy it is to set an order there. Now, to credit this account, you can do it. An easy way is to do it through, if you have a Nexo, Binance, or even a Revolut account. My latest money I put into Revolut, but Revolut charges insane fees. I lose about 10% of my entire transaction for small trades when I trade on Revolut. It's safer, but it is expensive. But you can put in USDC or USDT into Revolut and you can transfer it over to MEXC. So what you've got here is you've got different wallets. There's different wallets on MEXC. And what you can go to your different wallets. You can find on Revolut if you do want to transfer them. Now, I would say look it up, because I'm not going to be transferring any money today, so I'm not going to be taking you through that process. But what you do, you go on to your USDC account. So I'm just going to look up my different wallets here. But you can transfer from Revolut or Nexo or Binance to MEXC. And I would say, if you are looking for help with that, look it up on a different video. But you will see here, look, this is what I did last night. I deposited to my account here. Now, if you're really new to the space, this can be a terrifying experience. It really can. And what I'd say is when you first set up your account, when you first set it up and you've got just a transfer a tiny little amount. This is a good practice for anyone using exchanges for the first time, because if you get the wallet address or the chain wrong, you can lose everything in the transaction. So when you've got your MEXC account, the first thing I did, I just transferred, I think it was $20, just to make sure that it landed in the account. And then I went and I transferred the rest. But again, look, I'm not here to recommend MEXC. Apparently, with the affiliate links they've given me, they'll give you some trading bonuses, which is a hell of a lot more than I got. I didn't get any trading bonuses that I found so far, even though I am trading on MEXC. So it is just a place to pick up Degen coins that aren't available on most exchanges. And MEXC tends to have quite a good selection. So if you're going to play the dirty Degen game, then this is a way to get into it. Again, I'm not recommending it at all. It's just a very brief tutorial, and it's certainly not a full tutorial of how to get your funds initially in there. I haven't gone into that detail. I just thought I'd be transparent with my next MEXC account to show you what I do and the tiny amounts I put in, the tiny amounts. All of this for me is pure gambling money. And that's the mindset to go into this. But again, the Degen coins I talk about should be a very small percentage of your portfolio, my friends, because you can get absolutely rinsed with this stuff. So I hope that's helped. If you've got any questions, do leave them on the thread. If there's anything that you're unclear about, this is really designed for newcomers. For you Degens, you'll already know how to credit your MEXC accounts or to get onto these exchanges. But that's just how I do it. And what I liked with this and Binance is that you can put in orders that get filled at certain points if the market retraces, which can happen when you sleep. So there you go, my lunatic friends. There's a very brief journey into my Degen portfolio or my MEXC account. And if you've enjoyed this and you want more of the same, then please do subscribe to the channel. If you want another video from me, you'll find that just there. But either way, stay lunatic, have fun, and make money with crypto.